Here on Copper Creek Farm, when we first started, all we had were cats and dogs. Now it has expanded to goats, chickens, pigs, and cattle. And today we're going to show you all about how keeping them on a local farm is much safer and much more humane than in a factory farm. Here we have our chicken coop. It has 13 hens and 1 rooster living inside. We get around 3 to 6 eggs a day, which is really pretty cool when you think about it. Out here we have our goats. This is our newborn goat, Finch. Isn't he cute? So these goats are not for meat. They're just for fun and play and cute little friends. Here we see our ducks. They live like they normally would in the wild. See, a lot of people have a problem with the way duck is raised, the duck in the supermarket foie gras. But if we were to slaughter our ducks or harvest their foie gras, they would taste just as fine as the factory farmed, even better. But they didn't have to go through the same torture that factory farm ducks would have to go through. It all comes down to how you treat your animals. Well, since I told you everything I know, how about we talk to the real expert, my dad, who owns the farm and raises the pigs.
Hi, I'm Todd Brightman, and I'm the owner of Copper Creek Farm.
So where do you buy your food?
For Copper Creek Farm, I buy all my food locally. There's a farm about 5 minutes from here that grows all their grain here locally, and I buy it in bulk. If we just fed them straight crushed corn, then it would more than likely not get absorbed very well and it would pass right through them. So what I do is I soak it in water and it expands, breaks it down, and they love it like that. It's easier for them to eat and it makes it a little more sweeter and a little fermenty. They love it.
How long does it take for your pigs to grow into maturity?
Well, these particular pigs are what's called heritage breed pigs. They're more close to your wild pigs than you would find that the pig breeds that the big farmers do, indoor high volume production. These pigs are a little slower growing. They have a higher fat content because back in the days of the homesteaders, they required a lot of fat because they used every single piece of the pig. So these pigs are foraging outside, live outside, and they're a little slower growing. So it takes about anywhere between 7 to 9 months to get a pig up to slaughter weight. He's a purebred Berkshire boar. He's about 2 years old and he's about 650 pounds. And as you can tell, he is a big gentle giant. The nice thing about a small family farm is that we can take extra attention with our animals and raise them right, and you can see that they're very gentle, and he's interested in your camera, and he just loves to get his back scratched, and he is my only boar that we have here, and we use him for breeding. And he is a big baby. He loves to socialize with people and hang out here, and we rotate pastures for him when we can so that he has some fresh pasture.
How do you kill your pigs humanely?
Well, the key to humane slaughter is to not stress the animal, and the best way to not stress the animal is to put them down where they live. And I do that with a .22 rifle, and what it does is it puts the animal unconscious immediately. I put one round right in the front of their head, and they don't even know what hit them. So 1 minute they're drinking some milk, and the next minute it's dark for them. So it is the most humane method possible for slaughter. Other animals that have to go to a slaughterhouse, they are stressed by loading and the trip, and then unloading, and then herding with a bunch of animals that they don't know, and it stresses the animals out a lot, and that could affect the quality of the meat.
Do you disagree with factory farming? Why or why not?
Well, there's no real easy answer to that, because some of the so-called factory farms are actually run by families, large chicken houses and things like that. So when you say factory farms, you are also mentioning family farms, but the downside is those family farms are being financed and financially controlled by big corporations. So it's not necessarily the factory farmer, so to speak, that I have a problem with. I have a problem with the large companies that see the animals as almost like a widget, like you produce, like an automobile or any kind of other merchandise that you would manufacture, except it's a living, breathing creature. And they all have unique personalities, and that gets lost on the consumer. And there are different breeds that are not conducive to large-scale operations, that the American people have lost the heritage breeds on their dinner table, and what they've lost is a lot of flavor and some good stuff that they don't even know they're missing. This is our pig farrowing barn. As you can see, we took this 2-stall horse barn and converted it into a 2-stall pig farrowing barn. Farrowing means essentially giving birth to piglets. So one sow comes in this side and one sow goes on this side, so we can do 2 at a time. And she'll give birth in here, and she has everything she needs. We'll have a bunch of straw in here, and we'll have water for her like this is a 5-gallon bucket full of water, and it's got a nipple there that she can get water out of. And we put a heat lamp up in the back so that when they're first born, they're wet, they get cold, and then they can get away from the mama if they need to and not get smashed. So we put up these boards over here so they can get up underneath the heat lamp and not be afraid of getting squished by a 350-pound sow. So that's what we do. And they've got a little short, once they get big enough to get away from mama, we open these gates. We'll let her in and out to do her business and let her back in. And then once they're ready, we'll let them go out here, and they've got a little run. And then in 8 weeks, we take them away from the mama and we put them in their own pasture. So that's good. And we've installed a fan in their farrowing barn, so when it's really hot in the summertime, but we try not to farrow them in the summer, but if we do, we've got a nice fan here to move air. So we just turn that on, and they can keep nice and cool, as demonstrated by Heidi.
Just like his ladies, Spock has a really great house, which Dad built. As you can see, it's really nice and paletted so that wind can't get in, or rain, or sleet, or snow. Come in and check it out inside. Plenty of room for him to stretch out and turn around in here. He has way enough room, as factory farms just don't. If you look at some of the pictures, the boars, the sows, the babies are cramped in and cannot move. Spock, on the other hand, doesn't have to worry about that.
Our cows have all this land to roam about. Cattle and factory farms have no room to run. That's exactly what veal is. Veal means no movement. With our cows, first of all, they taste amazing, and second of all, they are just so happy.
We always have this hay available for our cows. Whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall, they always have this food resource. Alright, hi, this is...
Get it right!
That looked bad. in here.
Hiding.
Our ducks lead very happy lives and are really great.
What? What? How the heck did that happen?
I thought there was something in my shoe.
Okay.
What are you doing? There's some more over here.
Okay. We ready?
This is our pig farrowing barn.
I got that.
Hi.
Just climb up.
I'm trying to get on top of this thing. Okay.
Having a little trouble there?
You know.
You look very comfortable.
I am comfortable. This is nice.